For more on the suspect, Aaron Alexis, I'm joined by James McNamara. He's a former profiler for the Federal Bureau of Investigation here in Washington. James, thanks for coming in. You are a former profiler. What is the profile of someone who does something like this?
There could be a lot of different profiles depending on the background of the person, but for this type of person who's probably very dissatisfied and happy with his life and doesn't know where to seek genuine, legitimate help, he externalizes all his feelings and does a violent act.
There's a gentleman named Tymark Warren who was convicted last month in California in the stabbing death of his girlfriend. Of course, Army Staff Sergeant Robert Bales carried out this violent attack in Kandahar, killing a lot of villagers. Both of them said it was PTSD that caused them to carry out these killings. We're hearing kind of the same sort of thing from the father of this man who carried out this attack. What do you make of that?
I'd be more impressed if it was a medical professional, a forensic psychiatrist making the diagnosis rather than a family member giving that as self-report.
What about this kind of the fact that there are these guys who were in the military, over in violent settings, who are now kind of carrying out these, are we to learn anything from this, glean anything from this? Is there anything to be worried about in terms
No. Most mentally ill people, genuinely mentally ill people, are no more dangerous than the general population. It's a very small percentage of people with mental health issues that become violent.
This guy's a veteran, Buddhist convert, was a popular waiter, and doesn't really kind of fit the bill that you hear shortly after a shooting, where you hear the people saying, well, he was a loner, or he did things that gave me the creeps. Now, of course, it's still early, but is he different than a lot of these kind of classic cases of...
No, he's not, Daniel. I mean, you look at his background, reports of alcohol abuse, fascination with guns, being arrested in multiple jurisdictions by different police departments for firing guns, inside of places, at cars, financial problems. This is a guy who's just not happy with his life by the time he's in his mid-30s, and he's externalizing the fact he's not happy. It's not his fault, it's everybody else's fault.
You're one of these guys who analyzes these people. Is it too early? I mean, it seems like it's drip, drip, drip shortly after this to really kind of paint a picture of this guy. I mean, what would you be looking for if you were to come up with a profile on him?
I'd be looking for exactly what the FBI and the other investigators are looking for. They're going to go and they're going to find every neighbor, every coworker, every friend, every family member they can talk to. They're going to talk to the military units that he served in. They're going to find out about his financial problems, relationship problems, substance abuse problems, and hopefully his mental health issues.
My social media account, Weibo, you know, we're a global network. I'm hearing from people overseas, and they're sending me notes saying the United States isn't safe. One wrote to me, I was just thinking, it's been a long time since the last shooting. It seemed like the United States was due. What about the view or the profile that the United States has overseas as kind of this place where you've got these, you know, these people who carry out these violent acts? I mean, obviously you would say that that's probably a mischaracterization, but what are your thoughts on that?
We have a huge population, 300 million plus people, and it's a very ethnically and culturally diverse population. I worked a case in 2006 where a Chinese police officer in Hong Kong was killing other Chinese police officers on duty, and they didn't know who the offender was. He was stealing their guns. You've got the offender in Norway, who basically killed as many people on that one little island as he could. So other cultures, other countries have the same problem. They just have it at a smaller level.
James McNamara, thank you for coming in. Certainly appreciate it.
My pleasure.